All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into a tool that's probably in a ton of your bathrooms, or at least on your wish list. We're talking about the Moroccanoil ceramic round brush.
So, the big question, right? Is this the secret weapon for getting that perfect at-home blowout? You see it everywhere. You hear the hype, but does it actually work? Let's dig in and see if this brush is really all it's cracked up to be.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at why everyone loves it, but we're also going to get real about its flaws. And most importantly, we'll cover the pro techniques that make all the difference. The goal here is to give you everything you need to know so you can decide for yourself if it's worth the investment.
First things first, let's talk about the promise. Why is this specific brush so popular? What's the magic it's supposed to deliver? All right, so on paper, this thing is a powerhouse. The real genius is how all these features work together. You've got a ceramic barrel, right? That means it heats up super fast and critically holds that temperature evenly. It's almost like a gentle curling wand. Then you add in the ionic properties, that's the secret sauce for fighting frizz, and bam, you get that sleek, polished look. Plus, it's lightweight, so your arm doesn't feel like it's going to fall off mid-blowout. And of course, the fact that it comes in a bunch of sizes is a huge plus for getting your style just right.
Okay, but let's be real for a second. It's not a magic wand. No tool is. And this one definitely has its quirks. Which brings us to, well, the real-world snags.
This is where we hit that classic expectation versus reality gap. You buy it thinking it's going to be this perfect, unbreakable tool. But the truth is, it's a mix of ceramic and plastic. And that construction, well, it creates some known issues, some weak spots you really need to be aware of. So let's get specific. There are two main culprits, two little zones where your hair is just dying to get caught. First, there's the seam, right where the barrel connects to the handle. And second, there's a little ridge on the handle grip itself. If you've got long hair, you know exactly the feeling I'm talking about, that sharp, painful tug. Yeah, that's what happens here if you're not careful. And this is a huge mindset shift, okay? This brush isn't built like a hammer. You can't just power through tangles with it. Its whole design is based on you using good technique. If you just try to muscle it, and you're not only going to snag your hair, you're probably going to end up breaking the brush. It's all about skill, not force.
So how do we fix this? How do we avoid the dreaded snag? It's all about learning to work with the brush, not against it. Let's get into the pro techniques that unlock its true potential.
All right, listen up, because these three keys are the whole game. First, control the wrap. Use your other hand to physically guide the hair onto the barrel. Don't just scoop and hope for the best. Second, and this is so important, keep the hair on the barrel. Be mindful of keeping it away from that seam near the handle. And third, this one is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to work in small, clean, detangled sections. Trying to tackle a huge chunk of hair is just asking for trouble. Get these three things right, and you go from frustration to a flawless finish.
The source for this, HairBrushy, put it perfectly. They said, treat it like a pro tool, not a hammer. And I just think that sums it up so well. It's about finesse, not force.
Okay, so you've got the technique down. Awesome. But there's one more piece to the puzzle, picking the right size. And trust me, with round brushes, the size of the barrel makes all the difference in the world.
So how do you pick? It really just comes down to your hair length and what you're trying to achieve. If you have short hair, or you just want to style your bangs or get some real lift at the root, you want that small 25mm. For most people with medium to long hair looking for that classic bouncy blowout, the 45mm is going to be your best friend. It's the workhorse. But if you've got super long or thick hair, go for the big one, the 55mm. It'll give you those beautiful loose waves and, huge bonus, it'll dry your hair so much faster. All right, we've looked at the good, we've looked at the bad. It's time for the final verdict. Let's bring it all home and answer that one big question. Is this brush actually worth your money? And the answer, according to HairBrushy, is a pretty clear yes, they do recommend it. But, and this is a huge but, it's not a simple yes. It comes with a few really important strings attached.
Basically, your success hinges on three conditions. Number one, you've got to use smart technique. Number two, you've got to pick the right size for you. And number three, you have to go into it knowing this is not an indestructible tool. If you can agree to those three things, you're going to love it.
And, that kind of leaves us with a bigger question, doesn't it? Maybe the whole idea of a perfect tool is a bit of a myth. Maybe it's less about the tool's flaws and more about perfecting our own technique. This brush is a perfect example. It's amazing, but only when you learn how to work with it. And that's a pretty great lesson for just about any tool you use.